If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Lawful Stupid just jumped over. First of all, it's free, and we love that. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, wherever you're at, all on the go. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. There are a lot of other vendors out there, a lot of platforms that they will make sure your podcast gets to. So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast with zero minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Welcome to Lawful Stupid. This is episode 5. In this episode, everybody's going to get a little crazy. They're going to meet somebody crazy. They're going to do some shifty things. But either way, it's going to be a sweet episode. So you guys wake up to the beautiful sunshine across Oxbane's ocean front view. Who wants to wake up first? Who's the early riser of the group? Atlas?
Gotta get to work.
Yeah, raised on a farm, works as a blacksmith, hard work.
For sure.
Makes sense.
Okay,
yeah.
so you go in. I say you get up and go inside and speak to Yarg, right?
No, I like get the thing going.
Oh no,
Before
Yarg
Joe.
is super still there. Has been
He never
working
left.
all night, yeah.
He never sleeps.
He's a robot.
All right, y'all. What's the order for today? Like, what do you want me to work on for today?
And so he says, I really just need you to help me with this one piece. And he shows you something he's been like assembling with different pieces. And it's at like a giant maul. Like, you've seen two-hand mauls, but like it is huge. Like the size of the maul itself is the size of the anvil that it's sitting on.
Wow.
And it's got
who
this
is this
giant
for?
rod. But he goes, Winslow, man. Guy feels like he needs some protection, so he asked for the biggest maul I could make. So this is the biggest one I can make.
That's pretty big.
He goes and he says, look, I need you to hold this handle and place it inside the maul while I get it all working together.
Okay.
Do a strength check for me, for giggles.
Oh gosh.
3.5.
That's a 17 plus.
Oh yeah, you're solid.
3.
So you pick up this this hilt and shove it into the mall's head, and as you're doing that, he says, "All right, now spin it just a little bit," and he starts putting like molten metal as you're spinning it to make a seal. And so that's gonna be like an hour of your time while he like cools it and seals it. But after that, he gives you a gold piece. And says, look, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Of course, y'all.
And he looks at your piles of shovels and he goes, today's the day.
I got a feeling it's gonna be a good one, buddy. Somebody's gonna need to dig a latrine, and they are just gonna need all the shovels they can get.
There's gonna be like a tinkerer making some kind of digging machine.
So
It's gonna take a lot of experimentation. I'll need a lot of shovels. That's a lot.
I think what I'd also do is some of my backstory, which we can get into a later time, is like going out with these guys was really fun. So I'm gonna go back to the hotel, the Red Roof Inn,
Sure.
and see if they've got anything going on. I'm just kind of like, hey, you guys are going out to do some cool stuff today, and
Okay, so you go to the Red Roof Inn. And Allison is there, and she's like serving a couple patrons breakfast at the bar.
Morning, Allie. How are you?
And she goes, oh, hey, Atlas. Here for breakfast.
Oh, well, yes. On one hand, on the other, the gentleman I was with yesterday. Have you seen them at all today?
I haven't seen them come down yet.
This may sound a little creepy, but what rooms are they in?
Come now, Atlas. I can't tell you that. That is really creepy.
Well, I just wanted to make sure I owe one of them some gold, and I wanted to just give my part back to him.
You could leave it at the bar, or you could wait for them.
I'll have 2 turkey eggs and a slice of ham, and I'll wait at the bar.
Okay, perfect. And so you wait at the bar, and she comes back and sits down a plate of sausages and biscuits.
I still eat it. Super great.
All right. What about you guys? What do you guys want to do while he's eating breakfast and doing his forgery thing?
I mean, I wake up, make up, bake up.
Say a little prayer for you.
No, I'm just gonna wake up. I'm gonna style myself and make sure that I'm looking dapper for the day, and then I'm gonna head downstairs.
Okay. So you do that, and you head downstairs, and you see Atlas there at the bar eating some breakfast next to some other patron.
I actually don't, because I beeline it to the bar.
Okay, you beeline it to the bar where Atlas is sitting next to other patrons eating breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I assumed he was at a table, because I know they have tables there. They
No,
don't serve them, but they
he
got
said he sat down at the bar.
it. I thought-
Oh, good morning.
Oh, hello, Atlas. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm better now that Allie got me this food. Are you and Rowan off to do anything adventurous today?
I would not know what Rowan is going to do today. I assume music, probably music, and I have some matters to attend to. Nothing of import.
Well, I just feel like we shared, some good times together, and that there might be more in store, especially for that mystical item.
I do recall that. Yes, we went into a dark and dirty, smelly cave, and there were bandits that tried to kill me. And
they tried.
And then remember when we beat the bandits and we thought the nightmare was over, but then someone hit me in the back of the head with an axe.
That probably hurt. I've hit many people in the back of the head with this axe. Yeah.
Oh, I do recall it was a little painful, but those were good times. Yeah, no, I can't wait to get back to that. Unfortunately, I've got errands, so I won't be able to do that today. But how are your folks?
Oh, they are alive, and that is all that matters.
That you're right. As long as they have their health.
I'm gonna go. I visit my father once a week, and so I'll be taking some shovels up north to see him probably at the end of the week.
Yeah, I just imagine that Henry has a shed full of shovels, and he's always like, "Thanks, this is great," and he leaves, and he goes, "Another one," and just a giant pile.
They're selling like hotcakes, and he just doesn't want to hurt my feelings.
It's like Phenomenon where he buys all the wicker chairs. Anyway, I was gonna make more snide and shitty comments, but I'm in Kristoff's skin right now, and when he talked about his dad, it did hit a nerve. It resonated with me. So it's really good, Atlas. You spend time with your father. You never know how much time you'll have.
That is all reminiscent, also slightly a threat. You'll never know how much time you'll have.
I go, well said, and then I take a giant bite of biscuits and gravy, and it just dribbles down my mouth.
Rowan, what would you like to do while these two make a mess of their lives?
I guess I will also prim proper, hair in just the right way, and come back down to the bar for some breakfast.
Okay.
Rowan!
Oh, morning, boys. Jesus, you're up early.
Always am, yep. Just part of the day.
Oh, well, you're looking well fed. Chris is handsome as ever. And where's Allison? Allison, beautiful Allison.
And she goes, yes. What can I do for you?
Something smells absolutely delicious. I would love a plate.
And she goes, well, it can't be this food, but I'll bring you a plate either way.
You are an absolute delight.
And she comes back with a plate of sausages and really tough biscuits.
Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. Do you, by any chance, happen to have those little teeny tiny quail eggs?
And she goes, let me check. And she comes back and with 2 normal eggs. She goes, we have these.
Those would be absolutely amazing if you could also fry them for me if it's not too much of a trouble for you.
She goes, well, you're so kind. And she goes back in the back and fries you a couple eggs and brings them back.
Allison, you're an absolute peach. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks. Of course, you're welcome.
Fucking D&D 2.0, nice boys with an eye.
That's right. Yeah. About the first time you guys have ever been nice to the NPCs. You either sleep with them or murder them. Got it.
Shane.
Sometimes both.
Sometimes both.
Look,
Praying
we've been
mantis
super
approach.
Nice. We took a prisoner for the first
Yeah.
time ever.
Ever. Yep.
We're really coming along, boys.
That's true. 2 years later. Solid.
All it took was an audience to monitor our behavior.
That's true. There's a lot to be said for that. Yeah, okay. Well, so, like, you guys can do whatever you want in the town. It's really up to you. You also remember that Fendyl knows more about this artifact as well. So, but that's up to you. You guys do whatever you want.
Well, I'm on a liquid diet, so I'm gonna get like whatever fruit juice they have readily available in this area with just a lot of alcohol in it.
And she goes,
Like a glass of alcohol with enough fruit juice to change the color of the
I
alcohol.
have the perfect thing. And she comes back and sits down like a thing of like clear wine and takes orange juice and just like pours just enough, and then it turns
Just
like
enough.
that hint of orange. She goes, "That's our special."
The bod was right about you. You are.
And
a
then
treat.
you look over, and the other patrons that are here this early eating breakfast are drinking the same thing. Like they know.
These are my people
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
And I drink all of it, and I have 2 or 3.
Okay. Roll a Constitution check.
Yeah, I thought you might ask
Yeah.
that.
2 or 3 is a bit much.
No, I'm fucking straight, man. 18 plus 2.
Yeah, you, like a pro, pound those drinks back, and just another day in the life.
Well, I do have a problem.
Yeah, it's only a problem when you cut back. Yeah, what do you guys want to do? There's a
So,
whole town to explore, or you can go check out what Fendyl has to offer.
Boys, you may or may not know, but I'm attending a battle school that was not too far from here. And I'm thirsting for adventure, and you boys have given me the first taste in a very, very long time. So, can we go see that fellow Fendyl to ask him about that artifact that you have in your hand there, Rowan?
What, this dumb loot thing?
Oh, that one there, yes.
Yeah, I can't. I've just about got it tuned. Just about.
Tuned.
Well,
Mm.
supposedly he has information about it. If we could, you care if we go by and ask him about it?
I mean, I don't care. I don't have anything planned. I'm fresh off the boat.
Recon, did you tell me about the vision you had of me dying? I can't remember.
Yeah,
super
he did.
good.
Remember? And you were like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm sure
It was
I
a great
like.
battle?
It was a good,
I'm sure.
strong battle." And you're like, "Nope, murdered easily, just cut down like a flower." No, I'm
As was
sure.
said, confirmed.
Yeah, say, 'cause I would also like to prevent that vision that you had, if I'm honest.
What vision?
The one where I die, by being lightly stabbed over a course of time.
What, that thing? That was like forever ago. You're still going on about it. It's fine.
You've made it this far.
I digress.
I would love to accompany you, gentlemen. I'm quite curious about this Fendyl myself. I do have an appointment.
I mean, it's still
So
like
I-
10 a.m., so you can.
I would probably be free this afternoon.
Well, I have no plans. If you need some help, I'll give you some help. If you have questions, I probably can't answer them, but whatever.
Well, I'll be at the. If you guys are going all at the same time and we can agree, you can meet me at the. Meet me at the Golden Hammer, and we can go from there. Because I got a little work to do until then.
Yes, I would love to meet you there as soon as my appointment has been concluded. I will be there to do the thing with you.
Okay.
That works. I have to talk to a man about a shovel.
All right, Atlas, you go back to the Golden Hammer, and start working on whatever you want, whether it's weapons, or,
Shovels.
Excuse me, shovels. Okay, you keep making shovels. You
I like that you stick to your guns.
wasting talent. Got it. What would you like to do,
Shovels, I
Rowan?
said.
Do what?
What would you like to do?
I want to just kind of walk about town.
Okay, town's pretty big. It's pretty full. Are you looking for like a shop? You want me to list off some shops? I can tell you some places as you're walking through.
I just kind of want to find a crowd and play music, and then pickpocket what I can along the way for my takings of the day.
Okay. Let's do a couple rolls. Do a performance check.
Okay.
Is it called performance? Yeah, it's performance.
It is performance. That's correct.
We so rarely use it.
It is a 26.
You draw so you go over near Lead Church, and because that's where you see the biggest gathering that early in the morning. So it's a large building, and it serves as a spiritual center for the town. And the outside of it is covered with lead, which makes it shine really brightly as the sun is like bearing down on it. But you start playing.
And Superman can't see through it.
Yeah, that's the. They were really thinking. So you play and you just get this huge crowd, and they're all watching you. And actually, you end up making 2 gold, as the people are pouring out of the lead church. And so now you want to pickpocket. So roll a sleight of hand for me, please. And I'm just gonna do a cumulative roll for the crowd here.
That is a 15.
About that. So the first thing you there's this old lady walking by, but with no prejudice at all, you just pickpocket her and swipe a gold off of her as she's walking by. And another gentleman walks by you, and not a gentleman, I forgot. It's a woman. A human woman with blonde curls, that she keeps tightly braided into one long braid, but with short bangs out in the front. She's walking in a simple traveler's cloak, and you put your hand in her pocket, and as you do so, she grabs your hand, and she says, I'm not sure why you would steal from a priest, but I'm sure the authorities can work it out.
Oh, I'm not trying to steal, love. I was gonna just put some pennies in your pocket.
Some what?
Some pennies.
Peanuts for the crowd, not penis. Because that's what I heard the first time, and I was like, "You gonna do what to this poor lady?" And she goes, "Yeah, well, there are donation places. You don't need your hand in my pocket."
Well, it's not quite my image to be seen around those, so I find it much easier to just slip a coin in the priest's pocket and be about my business.
Do a persuasion check.
You mean a deception check?
You're persuading her not to lose her shit on you. You're not lying to her about anything.
I mean, he's lying to her about the fact that he's
Yeah,
to give her
money in
money.
her pocket.
Yeah, I guess do deception check. Fuck it.
And that's a 21.
Okay. So she forces you backwards, and she goes, "I don't want to see you around here again without any of the guards present."
Well, that's a very strange thing to wish for.
Well, your hand was in my pocket, sir.
I mean, technically, the church's hand was in my pocket because I gave you money.
Not at all. That's not how donations work. Please be gone.
Be gone from what? You own this street?
Well, you're right in front of the lead church, and you're starting to make a commotion at this point. And she kind of looks around and she says to the group, Go on. Go about your days. No need to pay attention to this." And then she walks back into the church. And you hear murmurings of the crowd. And you go, "Hey, did you guys see that bard talking to the high priest like that?"
That's an odd thing to say. Then I will cut my losses for the time being. And go back to the Red Roof Inn.
Okay. What do you want to do, Kristoff?
Oh, I have a very important meeting today with a man who lied to me about his name, so I have to look at my notes twice. For Eckelberg.
Okay, so you go back to
Eckenberg.
the Golden
I go back to the
Buckle?
Golden Buckle, which is where Eckenbar is.
Okay, Eckenbar, yeah. Yeah, and so when you walk in, he's cleaning up from the night before still, and he goes, "Oh, look, it's you, Kristoff." And he kind of looks around and goes, "Empty enough." You good to talk now?
I mean, how empty is it?
He walks over and locks the door at the front. He goes, no one else is coming in.
We have a common enemy, I do believe, in the form of Lady Trestle.
And he kind of looks at you strangely as you openly call out Lady Trestle. And he says, honestly, I don't have any problems with Lady Trestle. She's in good with my boss. And my boss is in good with her husband. So I steer clear of making problems with the lady of the town, if I can avoid it.
Oh, I'd heard from a different source that you would be considered her enemy.
I'm kind of considered a shitbag in the town, honestly. But I just know who to mess with and who not to mess with, and she's not on my list of people to cross.
Well, let's say there was someone who did want to cross her. Where you, keeping an eye out, and you're a crafty man, you would know if you had to, where to hit her where it hurts. Where would that be?
And he kind of looks around and he goes, look, man, I'll tell you this, but then I don't want any more of this. She's kind of promiscuous. She never is in the castle. She's always in the bars. And I've seen her leave with a few different men that are not the Magister.
I understand that you want to be clear of this. Understand that your name will never come up in any conversation pertaining to this. I just need a name of one of those gentlemen and where I might find him.
And he says, oh, that's good.
Atlas.
He goes, have you seen the full orc? He's white as a ghost. And he says, well, I can't give you that name. That's just asking for it if I do that. And he says,
no. I'm rolling a persuasion check to get exactly that name.
Okay, roll a persuasion check against him.
Listen here. You've taken my money. You're holding on to the rest of my money. We are in an arrangement. I can't double cross you. It would be foolish of me to do so. I need to know more about the situation. And if she really is causing problems for you that you can't speak out against her, there's no shame in letting a proxy do that for you. That's a natural 20.
Fuck. I will roll against it, see if I get a natural 20, or ridiculously high, but I don't think it's a modifier. Ooh, 19. So he says, man, look, it's Ambassador Shear at the castle. That's all I'm saying.
You've said more than enough, and I thank you for your time, and I promise you, this will never come back to you.
Okay.
First time I get into trouble. First, it was on the guy. No.
Yeah.
Ambassador Charlie Sheen, is that what you said, Charles Sheen?
Just Ambassador Sheen. Shear is actually what I said.
Oh, it's Sheen. I'm off to the castle. I know I was supposed to meet those guys, but I'm off to the castle now.
Okay, so you head towards the castle, and the afternoon starts to roll around, guys. Do you guys want to go without him or go in search of him?
Go without.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna jump over to Rowan and Atlas as they're gonna go to.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt Wayne, but we are shifting from one character's perspective to another. So just once for the podcast, if we could all just on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So we're shifting from Kristoff to Rowan and Atlas, and so you guys head to Kirindal Keep, and everybody knows this is where Fendyl lives, and often he is consulted for his magical prowess. The Kirindal Keep towers over the city, regal in its own right. The front door is made of a fine wood, and the structure made of stone and wooden planks. As you approach the tower, the hair on your arms stand on edge. Kristoff is not with the party, so let's change this to Rowan. Rowan, you know this familiar feeling. The last time you felt it, you were near immense magical power.
Well, there's something going on about this.
Oh, what do you mean?
It's just a strange feeling I get when there's something magically about. And there's something magically about.
Let me be clear about, just so everybody's on the same page. Obviously, Rowan says whatever he wants, but any magic user would have felt this level of power coming near it. But Atlas, having zero magical ability,
Not a one.
not until...
I mean, it makes sense. We're going here to find a magically guy to tell me about the magical music thing.
Oh, you lead the way then, sir.
All right. I'll walk in the door gingerly.
Okay. So when you walk in, you arrive in the first room, the first floor. Papers all over, several different wooden work tables, chairs knocked over, and the room looks disheveled, as if it has not been touched in some time. At the back of the room, a spiral staircase begins.
I want to check out some of them papers.
Okay. Yeah. Check out the papers and roll an intelligence check for me, please. Or arcana check for me, please.
Oh, that's not good. Well, it's a natural 20, and I have a -1 to
So
intelligence.
you can tell that these are magical papers, but you have no idea what the formulas are trying to do, and that's with a natural 20.
Oh, well, that's silly. Like, I don't know anything about magic, really. Like, all right, well, let's head up the stairs.
All right.
The stairs
I'll
lead
take
up
these.
to the second floor. A large work table with vials and flasks haphazardly placed. A stool in front of the table is stacked with old tombs. On the other side of the wooden table stands a figure wearing a robe, the hood crumpled at the top, cascading down his back. Auburn hair pulled back into a messy ponytail. He turns around and greets you and says, Yes, just set it on the table. And as he sees you, he says, who have we here?
Well,
Hello,
hello, sir.
old-timer.
I presume your
One
name
at
is
a time,
Fendyl?
gentlemen. One at a time. Old hearing and such.
Well, Fendyl, I am Atlas. I work over at the
You're
Golden
an
Hammer.
orc. He gets closer to you and starts inspecting your ears. A full-blooded one indeed.
Well,
Do you have all
since
your
I
teeth?
can
And he
remember.
puts his hands in your mouth and he goes, Oh, all right. I'm sorry. You were saying.
I work over at the Golden Hammer. You might have seen me around town, actually. We live here together. Not literally here, but in the same town.
Don't get out much, my boy. But I heard of the Golden Hammer. Make excellent shovels. Excellent shovels.
Oh, yes, thank you.
He's a craftsman. What do you need from me?
I have a thing that I've told that you can check it out and tell me what it is.
And as soon as he sees you, he says, where did you find that?
It was in a cave, in the woods, past the thing.
And as
there
you're
were some
talking, he
people
just
there.
snatches the loot out of your hand and starts like inspecting. He goes, How on earth did you get the loot of Wynn?
I found it in a cave, past a forest with some other stuff. And it
We
was just
fought a
sitting
giant
there.
monster. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the thing there.
Oh,
Big
that
thing.
sounds great! And he begins to play the lute.
I've
Awesome.
been trying to
Awesome.
fiddle with the thing. It doesn't work.
I feel like you've been fiddling wrong, my boy. How long have you been playing?
About 2 days.
Is he just busting out through the fire and flames?
Yes, yeah. Just 100% crazy music on this lute. And he sits it down and he goes, I can't believe that thing's still around.
What is it? Because it's obviously more than just a thing.
It's one of the great artifacts from the Arcane Wars. Have you not read?
What? No, I've got better things to do than read.
Well, we know a guy who knows about the Arcane Wars, but he did not come with us.
Well, Sounds about right from an orc. And he like looks you over and goes, I can't believe it's a full-blooded orc. And he looks over at Rowan, and he gets a good look at what you are. He goes, you're one of those singer types. What instruments do you play if it's not the lute, my boy?
I play a viol.
That's such a terrible instrument. How is your voice?
Oh, my voice, it sounds kind of like a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
And he goes, I don't know this Jesus fellow, and Fergie sounds like a terrible kobold, but I'll take your word for it.
A kobold.
So, you've come here for the lute of wind,
I
then?
love this game.
Well, I didn't come here for it. I just found it. Or maybe
No.
I found.
He looks at you and goes, I mean, my lute? That's my lute.
Oh no, I found it, and finders keepers is law.
And he says, you found no such thing. That's my lute.
Well,
Can you prove it?
Can you prove it's yours, my boys?
I brought it in.
Paper, rock, scissors?
And he says, He looks back at the lute and says, so you did. Okay, so the lute of wind. You found it in a cave, yes?
I mean, is that where you left your loot?
This is your lute. You brought it in.
That's right. It's my loot. I brought it in.
So why'd you bring it to me?
Well, because I was told by him that he was told that you could tell me what's so special about it.
And he looks back over at Devin or Atlas and he says, I'm not sure you heard how you knew that I could tell you, boys, of the lute of wind. Its powers are legendary. I could tell you more if I had the lost iris. I need the relic to identify a relic. It's not simple magic, boys.
So we have to bring you a relic to identify this relic, even though you just identified it on sight of what it was.
Yes, but I can't tell you what it does.
But you said it was legendary.
It is legendary.
So what do the legends say?
And as you say that, you see his eyes kind of change, and he goes, "Legends, my boy! What kind of legends do you want to talk of?"
The Iris object.
Iris? Oh, crazy person Iris was. Hasn't been around for some time, so the books say.
Oh, I just remembered a thing. Remember this lute of the wind?
And he looks over the lute and goes, yes. The lute of wind. They say you can hear God's voice in its chords.
Oh, that's totally true. When I was playing with it, I saw this guy get fucking smashed.
And he
that's strong, Tom. It was like beat up a little bit.
Yeah,
And-
you got like cut like a piece of paper.
So
A strong piece of paper.
Fendyl puts his body right next to Atlas, like uncomfortably close, and goes, "Did you get beat up, my boy? Totally clobbered."
Yeah, no, just beat up. That's
No, he says clobbered, my friend.
Murdered, really.
To be determined.
I mean,
Well,
I mean, I saw a vision in my head.
so you're a psychic. What do you know about
No.
me?
I know that you once courted a girl that was so beautiful that she was not ugly at all.
Oh, yes, well,
Oh, that's good.
your mom was a kind woman, kind soul she was.
It's true. Very nice.
Yeah, too bad she's dead.
Is she?
I don't know. Who are
I
you?
don't- My name is Reginald, and I've been here for about 15 minutes trying to get you to tell me what this lute does.
And so when he looks at the lute, he says, the lute of wind. Listen, I don't know exactly what it does, but there's a tinkerer north of here, and he has the lost iris, and frankly, that's my relic anyhow. If you bring it back, I will help you identify the magical properties of this lute.
Adventure? Done. We'll go.
He looks at you and goes, you're quite well spoken for a full orc.
Oh, well, I was raised by humans, so that may have something to do with it.
That's why I can stand the sight of you, it seems.
I do have one tiny question.
Go on.
Why are the priests so rude?
And he goes, I know, right? They're crazy. They believe people exist in the sky. Can you believe that?
I don't believe it. That's why I think they're crazy.
Of course you do, my boy. Full-blooded. And he puts his hands back in your mouth and goes, these are beautiful teeth. And he starts feeling up your arms. He goes, such strong muscles for a full orc.
Hi.
Well, I'll let you get back to your doodles.
Yes, that would be great. Yes. Do you want to draw with me?
I mean, I don't have anything planned today.
No, Roland, we have an adventure. We have to go.
We have to go find a tinkerer to the north.
So he goes, okay, have fun. And he walks over and picks up the loot and starts walking back to his workbench.
Oh, we need that.
I'm gonna go back to and pick up a crayon and be like, can you draw a picture of this?
What? What are you pointing
you
at?
playing this loot.
And he turns around and goes, are you leaving your loot with me?
No.
Oh.
It's my loot. I'm getting ready to take it.
Yeah, it's your loot. Why did you hand it to me?
Because I thought you might want to pose for a picture of yourself. To draw a picture of you.
How would I draw? Okay, great. Your guys are. Let me be very clear. The lost iris is a golden-shaped eye, and you can see the night sky in the center of it. I tell you both 3 times. The lost iris is a golden-shaped eye with a night sky in the center of it. Please don't forget that, because clearly you're just handing me items and forgetting.
Alright, so we go to the north, and there's a gold thing in the night sky. I'm pretty sure it's a star.
Great.
We'll find it.
Orc, friend, you are well-spoken. Can you remember what the lost iris looks like?
Oh, yeah, sure can. It's a golden eye with a night sky right in the middle of it.
Excellent. All right, I'll see you on your way. And he takes the loot and turns around.
I grab the loot bag.
And as you do that, he goes, "Have fun, come back, talk to me some more. I so rarely get visitors."
I don't know why.
Me either. And he
You're
then starts
absolutely
mixing
delightful.
liquids in the vials.
Live your truth. Chase your bliss.
And as you guys, I assume you guys are walking out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Rapidly.
As you guys exit, you from the second story from the window, you hear and blue vapor and smoke comes out the window, and he goes, "Oops, wrong one."
He is just a brilliant man. We'll never
Classic
understand him.
Fendyl. Classic Fendyl.
What would you like to do, Kristoff?
I'm going to the castle.
Other than be depressed that you missed out on such a good...
I'm super bummed that I missed it. I'm really all the times we've been no, I'm well read on the arcane war.
I do want to point out, Atlas specifically, I told you I had a character that I think would rival the Grand Magus, and I'm having a blast playing him. Castle Trestle. So you come upon Castle Trestle, which is very obvious to anybody who's ever been to this town. So Castle Trestle is there, and you come up and see the guards at the gate.
Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Kristoff Shindo. I'm here to request an audience in regards to the prisoner that I had delivered just yesterday.
And the first guard goes, I remember, and takes off the helmet. He goes, "It's me, Chiringa."
Chiringa!
Yeah, no,
I had your name.
Yeah, I don't know that the commander is available, but I can check.
Oh, please, I'll wait.
So Chiringa runs in to the castle and comes back out and says, "Look, Commander Kendo is not available right now, but I'm sure he can find you later, or if there's other business you have. I'm sure the Justicar would speak with you, maybe, if you..."
Well, it's actually... I'm a bit conflicted. We brought him in, and he did try to attack us in the woods, but I've heard rumblings that there may be a greater crime afoot. And I'm told that the only one who could shed any light on this would be Ambassador Shear.
Roll your persuasion check, sir.
I would love to. Thank
And
you.
I'm gonna give her a bonus or him a bonus because he's an awesome artist.
It's 18 plus 3, so 21.
Fuck. Okay. Super.
Oh no, it's 18 plus 4.
Super not gonna cut it. And he says, yeah, you can go in, but I don't know if the ambassador's here, and frankly, I don't have the pay grade, but I can escort you in.
No worries, Syringa. I'm sure I can find my way.
And she goes, sorry, I missaid that. You need to go in with me. You're new to town, and
by all means, no.
and so he walks.
I didn't want to bother you. That's all it was.
And he goes, no, I understand. And he puts his helmet back on and he walks in. And as he walks in, you see the most extravagant of fucking halls, man. There's gold everywhere and gems, and this town, which is a simple town, all of its value is here.
How does it compare to the castle that I grew up in?
It's about the same, right?
Okay.
So you're not like super impressed by it, but it just like you realize like, oh yeah, I know where it all goes. Like,
yeah.
So Chiringa leads you to the ambassador's door and knocks. And as you do that, as she does that, or he does that, I keep thinking this is a female soldier. As that happens, an older man walks by, and he's wearing some like decorative armor, and you know it to be decorative because it's far too nice to have been combat armor. And he says, "What are you doing, Toon? What are you doing? And the ambassador's not here. And who is this?"
I am Kristoff Shindo. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
And he puts out his hand, and it's a gauntleted hand, and it shakes your hand and says, "You're quite well spoken. Pleasure to meet you, sir. My name is Justikar Svan."
A pleasure to meet you, Justikar.
Pleasure's all mine, I am sure. And he said, "What did you say that last name was?"
Shindo.
Wouldn't it be the same Shindos from Silence, would it?
Don't hold it against me.
He says,
formerly of the Silent Shindos.
I did a campaign there once. Who was your father?
Can I roll a history check? Maybe for a crest of arms on his shoulder to see if I remember anything from the campaign that he fought?
Absolutely.
That is a 19. Just I don't have any modifier to it.
Okay, so you know that this is with the 19, and I just know this because you were young. You would have been young for this. You notice that sigil to belong to the Heralds of the Storm, and they were known to help the Kingdom of Silence when it was besieged by the Cabals that also share that continent with the Kingdom of Silence.
I'm sorry. Remind me what it was. Justikar what?
Justikar Svan.
Of course! Justikar Svan! Madman Svan! I remember our fighting boys used to tell me stories of how you skewered kobolds by dozens!
And he says, not so loud, friend. That was quite a long time ago, and frankly, you know, not all nicknames bear the honest truth.
I apologize. I used to do drawings of you when I was just a boy. You were like a hero to me. You're like a superhero or something.
He says,
"It's crazy."
Not a hero. I promise you that, friend. What brings you to Old Oxbane? This is far from home for you, friend.
Yes, he's quite far from home indeed. Which, honestly, I think maybe for the best. You've visited my home, and I share no secrets with you, or I reserve no secrets from you. You've been there. I am no longer associated with the Shindos of Silence. I have struck out upon my own, and happenstance leads me to your door. I was actually seeking Ambassador Shear.
He says, and what would you want with Ambassador Shear? She's not in right now.
Sexy.
I forgot that it was a female until I looked at the details. I was like, well, keeping that there.
Real nice. No, that's, well, you see, I was ambushed last night in the woods. A fellow named Rinwald or Armoire, something like that. And,
one of Craig's boys.
Yes, one of the late Craig's boys, that is correct.
I'm sorry, did you say the late Craig?
Yes, unfortunately.
And as you say that, he pulls out a pad and he like scratches a name off his list and he goes, okay.
Was that the Craig list?
Listen, I keep a tally of those who cause harm in the town, and there are things I can do as a man of the law, and there are things that I can't do as a man of the law.
I understand that. You can go ahead and cross off whatever that dwarf's name was. Either I didn't catch his, but
he says, I mean, there's lots of dwarves, so
Craig's dwarf.
He goes, well, to tell the truth, Craig had a few dwarves. Kind of had a thing for him. It's weird.
Interesting. Not surprising, but interesting.
Never is.
Well, we turned him in. Obviously, he attacked us, and me and a couple of the locals who were off to deal with some bandits or some such who had kidnapped one of the poor. I believe he's a blacksmith in town. His mother. We dispatched them, and on the way from saving this woman, we're assaulted by Craig and his two minions. I of course turned Rinwald in. He was the only survivor of the skirmish, and he should face the law of the Justicar. However, I've been hearing rumblings that there may be a larger picture, and when I made inquiries, I was directed to Ambassador Shear.
He says, listen, friend, and I say friend because I knew your father, but things you're talking about are not things you should be openly talking about in the castle.
I kind of lower my voice, like, whatever for?
He says, if what you're saying is true, and the ambassador, which is literally the voice and will of Ural. Let me see, I'm doing that right. Hold on. Fuck, I hate when I think I have my notes right. Let's see.
Yes, Yuri.
Sorry, Yuri. Yuri, excuse me.
Yuri, I know lots of Yuri.
Listen, I don't like tangling with anyone who's the arm of the capital of Orenthal. So if you have information or evidence, you better make sure it's solid before we go against the ambassador.
I have no evidence. I have no accusation. I for all I know, the ambassador is a victim. I don't know how she's connected to this larger picture. I just have questions. I just like to speak to her.
He says, listen, you best tread lightly. She should be back tomorrow. She went on a trip with a lady of the land.
Oh, Lady Trestle?
Yes.
Do they travel together often?
Lady Trestle typically accompanies the ambassador back when she goes to Yuri.
How does the Lord feel that?
Depends on who you ask, but honestly, seems much happier when she's gone.
I understand that, women. Is Lord Trestle in by any chance?
He is, but I don't know that you have any right to speak with him, and I apologize for that.
Listen, I would hate to impose upon a hero such as yourself, but do you think you could introduce me? as I said, I'm separated from the Shindos of Silence, and I'm just trying to make my way in this new land. I feel as though meeting someone like Magister Trestle could be seen favorably. Not even to get favor or boon, but just to know that we've spoken and we are in the same circles.
He says, I'll level with you. Listen, I don't hold military station here. I'm an advisor to the Magister, and I really just do history these days. Listen, Fendyl has a tomb that I really want, but I can't stand talking to him, and that sounds terrible, but he has a tomb that I would love to read. If you can get that for me, I would be happy to put in a good word for you.
I see. Well, I'll first say that it saddens me that a man such as yourself can't. His opinion isn't held in regard. If there's any way I can help you, I'm of course going to do it. I actually have been curious about this Fendyl myself, and I shall see to him immediately, and I shall return to you with the pages that you seek.
And as we see Kristoff begin to make his way from the halls, we see around the corner a halfling, her body pressed against the wall, listening ever so carefully. Hey guys, thanks for listening. We'll have another episode next week. We're still doing the weekly December episode, which is quite a lot of work for me. And it turns out we don't get to play as much. So who knows what we'll end up doing in the long run? But we'll figure it out. We'll also have a really cool giveaway we're working on, and I can't say anything more about it. Otherwise, they'll kill me. But it's super cool and super exciting, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. We're also going to be on our socials more and less as life gets busy, but please go follow our Instagram, our Twitter, and our Facebook. All of those are at Lawful Stupid, and our Twitter is at Stupid Lawful because, well, we're not bright men. So thanks for listening.